Welcome. This is Chris from the Craps Couple, and we're going to continue looking at this trend finding strategy. We're going to see if we can find some repeaters. And if we can, then we're going to bet those repeaters. We don't know if this table is going to please us or tease us, become hot, cold. What's the table going to do? What's the dice going to do for us this time? Don't really know, but what we're going to do is we're going to find out. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Thank you. We're going to get started. I have a $700 bankroll. We're going to go with a 25. This is a $25 minimum bet table. So we are going to have a $60 don't pass bet. So $25 minimum table, $60 don't pass. Here we go, dice round. And there's a 7. That's a loser. That's a frontline winner right off the bat. So that's a loss of $60, just like that. All right. So I forgot. So yeah, we just got the first 0.7. So loss on the come out. Back up $60. Here we go. Dice route. A 9. All right. So we got a 9. So right now we are rocking and rolling. So we're starting to get some numbers. So we have $60 on the DP down here. So that means we've got 60 or $50, whatever. We're going to go ahead and do the 6 and the 8, because we don't know exactly what numbers are hitting at this time. So we got a $30 6, $30 8. Let's go. There's an 8. All right, that's going to be a $35 winner. So we are looking like we are spreading the actual winnings around. So let's pick up the 6. Let's see if we're going to be hitting our core numbers here. Yo 11. That doesn't help us. It's all right though. They happen. Oh, repeater. This is looking very familiar. You know, the 11s don't do anything for us, and it's very rare to see the repeat that early. But you know, again, as I said, these rolls don't follow the statistical trends at the time you step up to the table. They just don't. It's another $35 winner. I'm going to put that on that 8. That's what you're seeing on there on the screen. Is you're seeing what the red represents the statistical pattern that you should see with dice as you're rolling them. If everything rolled like it should or like it's predicted, this would probably represent 20 hours of rolling. Well, you're not going to really step to the table and roll for 20 hours. You might get, I mean, if you do, you've just put in a lot of work. That's like a marathon craps game. But you might step to the table and roll for 4 hours or 2 hours or 6 hours. But anyway, the green represents what's actually being rolled today. Okay, so here we go, dice roll. And there's the point. That's a 9. So that was a hit. That's going to be a loss on the don't pass. So we lose this 60. But we actually have, my goodness, we actually have $60 out there on the table that we won that we're going to regress down. All right, so let's bring that down. There we go, just like that. We'll take that 60, put it right back here. So right now we're not doing very great. And I think I entered that 9 in. So here we go, dice around, coming out. And 6 is going to be the new point. We'll enter that 6, and we'll mark the 6, move that to the 9, see if the 9 is going to get hot. You know what, we can't see our numbers here. I did not notice that until just now. We cannot see the numbers on the screen. So we need to get that figured out so we can see what's going on here. There you go. It's a better view of it. All right, so 6 is the new point. It's on. And here we go. Dice round. 8. 8's going to be the new point that rolled over on us. That was an actual 6, 2, 8. So that's going to be a $35 winner. We'll pick up, since we don't have this sister number of the 8, let's put it right back on the 8 because the 8s are looking like they're getting a little hot. Dice route. Oof, that is a 7 out. 61-7. So that's going to be a loss here. There's $60 to pay on the DP. And that's the first loss of the dice at the table. Let me write that 7 down. And here we go. So far, the table is kind of teasing us, right? That's what's happening. Here we go, dice round. Hard 4. All right, so did we go for it here? I mean, we haven't seen, that's the first hard 4 that we've seen, first 4 that we've seen. We could put some odds down there. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and put $60 in odds. This will give us $90 to bet. So the 9's been hot, 8's okay, and the 6 is doing all right. So there's 75, 85 out there. Here we go. Dice wrap. 6. All right, 35 bucks on that 6. And we can pick up the sister number, put $30 on that 8. Did I type the 6? Boom. There is the 6. Here we go. Dice wrap. 10, hard 10. So that is a 10. That didn't help us. We don't have a 10. There's a 9. That helps us. That 9, that's a $35 winner. To pick up the sister number would be that 5. And we're going to go for one more press. One more press. 3. 3 craps. That doesn't help. Dice wrap. And there's a 6. Excellent. So that's our last press. It's going to be a $35 winner. Now on that 6, we could pick up, let's just pick up the 6 a little bit more. We'll rack the 5. Now I know I'm not covered on the 4 or the 10, but that's okay. We're going to see how it plays out. And there's a 9. That's going to be a $35 winner. We're racking that one. So we've pressed 3 times. Now we're going to rack 3 times. Dice wrap. 3. Ace deuce. So that's not great for us. And a 7. That's even worse. All right, so 7 out. That's going to be 60. No, 60 here and then 30. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. All right, so rack this up. That's a pretty good lick. That hard 4 did for us. We're back at that $60 mark. I'm going to be on a new shooter. And here we go. Dice wrap. 5's going to be the new point. I don't know if we've seen a 5. No, there we go. 5. First 5 of the day. What does that mean? When you get on that 6 and that 8, don't really know what it means to be on the 5, but that is interesting that it was only rolled once. So that trend is the first midnight too. So we are hitting numbers now that haven't been hidden. Maybe that's going to go away. And we'll get back on these numbers. $35 for that 6. I'm going to spread that to the 9. All right, so there's one press. And there's that 9. We got lucky on that bet. So another $35. That there. And again, let's move it around. Let's buy that 4. And dice are going to be out as soon as I grab a hold of them. And there's a 6. That's going to be a $35. So the 6s are really rocking. So we're going to pick up, we're going to buy that 10. And now we have pressed everything. So now we're going to rack a little bit. 8. It's going to be a $35 winner. That's perfect. Finally, like racking. 35 bucks. So don't be a tease. 12. Midnight. We do not want to tease. We want to add to our bankroll. There's another 8. Excellent. 8. That's going to be a $35 winner. Don't tease us. Let's go. 4. Fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful. So we bought that. We'll play the $2 big. And we'll rack that. And we are still rocking. So now we can do some collects or presses. It's up to us. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get a big roll on this. It's a $35 winner there. So what's trending? It looks like the 6s, 8s, and 9s are trending. And I like the way the 9 looks a little better. But we're going to pick up that 6, but because it's just been hot. And then we'll go ahead and roll them out. 8. Wrong choice. That's okay. 35 bucks on that 8. We'll rack that. We'll make a decision here. So we bet 30. We got 35. And there's the point. 5. 5 is the point. That was a good one. That was a good roll. We made money. And this is the beauty of this strategy. You got to regress. You got to regress this money down. Just like that. Remember, we started with 700 bucks. We are definitely winning money. All right, we're going back to the 60 on this. And it's the same shooter. This has been some long rolls. 8. 8's going to be the new point. So we may or may not be able to get many shooters in there. The table has been, well, the dice have been being held for a while, so I call it hot. 7, but it's not necessarily, the way the dice are rolling isn't a pass line table, but it's actually a no 7 table, which is very helpful to this strategy. So that was a 7 out. That's going to be a 6. Well, we win $5 right there. All right, so let's do another shooter. This money over here, and here we go. Dice wrap. 8. 8's going to be the new point. Hard 8. And we'll pick up the 6 and the 9. Those seem to be the ones. Did I put that 8 in there? What did I put? That was the 7, and then there's the 8. Okay. So the 8 seem to be a little hotter than they was. But let's see what we got here. So the 8s are doing well. There's a 7. 7s are catching up. So it was a no 7 table. And now I put too much on that one. It's okay. Shouldn't have put that much on there. So it was a no 7 table, and now it looks like the 7s are catching up. And another 7. So that's going to be a come out loser. 61. And there it goes. So now we are losing money. We're stalling. Now we're losing. And there's a yo. So there's 3 losses in a row. Sometimes you can make an adjustment here. But right now, because the table did so well for us, I think that it might be trending now a little bit more on this this frontline winning table. We'll see. Now the 5s, there's a 5. I like the 5s this time because the 5s have been very, very cold. So I'm going to actually put some odds on here. So we'll put $60 in odds. 60 will win 50. So we'll do that, and then that will give me another $50 to put out there. So I have 30. No, I'm sorry. That'll be $110 to bet. The last time this thing did really well, put it on the 6. We'll pick up inside numbers here. So we'll have $115. And we've got $110. So we're exposed $5. But I like it. All right, $35. We'll take it. That's a 9. $35 9. Just making some adjustments based on the trend. Now we're in the black. $5. And a 7. Dang it. So I'd hoped for it. It didn't happen. But we didn't lose. So there's 60 and then the 50 for the 5. Rack this up. We'll do one more shooter and then we'll call it a day. I hope you're liking this trend finding strategy. It's kind of interesting to watch how things move around. You know, it's a little bit more difficult to keep up with for me, and I'm figuring it out. But yeah, it's a little tough. So anyway, let's see what happens here. Aces, excellent. That's the first one of the day. So we'll do 2 more shooters. This shooter and another one. And 5. All right, back on that 5. So the 5s have been cold. So just as much as hot numbers are important, I think cold numbers are important. So we're going to put $60 on that. And the same game, we had 100. We had 100 out there earlier. Might not put as much. We'll put 30 on the 6, 30 on the 8, and then 5 or 25 on the 9. Dice route. Let's see if we can get a long roll this time. There's an 8. That's good. That's going to be $35 on that 8. So numbers that aren't hitting are better is when you see them as the numbers that are hitting. So there we go. 7s are hitting again. So we're going to play one more shooter. That's going to be $60 here and $50 there. So watch the trends at the table. It can be your advantage. I'm not saying you can predict the dice. You cannot predict the dice. But the trends are something that you can pick up on if you're paying attention. And it could be the difference between winning and losing. It's almost like some people think that it's chasing, but it's not. You're not chasing a number. You're chasing a trend, which is different, even though there's some overlap. It's very interesting that you could actually see the trends or see what's not rolling. 6. All right, so we got $35 on that 6. Now we just got a 6, so that's going to be $35, and we are going to pick up the 9. So yeah, you're not. It's almost like a trend chasing strategy, not a number chasing strategy. So we've got a couple more rolls, maybe. There's the point. That's one of the first points we've hit. You know, that 8 has been hot. So we knew that going in on that one, we was not set up for a good win. But that's okay. That's the way it goes. I was talking. I didn't even notice that the 8s have been pretty much, they're the ones that are the hot numbers. So the 4s are cold. 10s are cold. The 5s are cold. 6s aren't great right now, but you know, they're not terrible. But the real ones that are not hitting are the 4s, the 5s, and the 10s. A significantly bad number right now. It gives me a little bit of pause because at some point it could get hot. So do you lay the 10 right now? You know, that's a choice you can make. I'm not ready to make that kind of choice. It's too expensive. Too expensive a bet. Nice round. 8, back on the 8. So we know from history that the 8 and from the trend, this is not a good number. I'm going to move that to the 9. And let's see if it proves me wrong. I am perfectly fine with being proved wrong. Okay. All right. So we got a 6. Let's pick up the 5. So that's 1 press. This might be the greatest roll of all times. Who knows? Nope. 7 out. All right. So we're going to call it right there. We did start with a $700 bankroll. We're going to see where we're at. And, you know, this trend finding strategy is just an interesting way of looking for the trends at the table. Obviously, you can't do the stats at the table, or the statistics at the table, but you can pay attention. And with some practice, you can actually identify what is happening at the table. They're market numbers at most tables because of the all tall small. You're going to be able to know what is hitting and what isn't hitting. Now, to get the feeling of what is right and what's not right, you know, that's going to take a little bit of practice, but it's a lot less practice than becoming a master dice setter. So look for those trends. I think it's going to be a great thing for you. So here we go. We got 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So we know that that's 600, that's 700. So that's good. So we got 750, 775, 8, 825, 845, 850, 55, 68, 868. So pretty good day. $868 from a $700 bankroll. It's probably about an hour's worth of play. $168 winner on a $25 table. That was good. Well, appreciate you watching. See you guys next time.